Yo, Kingdom, community vibes, community ties. Terrance Tucker is the brother who's connecting the tribe.
Yes. And you see it. Listen, now, don't get mad at me on this one. Don't get mad. I told you, man. Listen, God is good. I told you God was amazing.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
because He has blessed me with the opportunity, okay, to sit by my brother. You know, Q Sci-Fi.
Ruru.
Of course. Okay. Commissioner Jamie Devine is in the building, man. Stand up on your feet. Listen, he's on the applause.
What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Yes, sir. Good to see you, man.
Community vibes, where we highlight phenomenal people that are doing phenomenal things within their respective communities. Okay, it is important that we highlight the kings. Okay, not just the kings, but the giants. Okay, and today we have a giant because we are standing on giant shoulders. Okay, so listen, man. If it wasn't for this guy, man, a lot of us wouldn't have jobs out here. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Okay, so you better pay close attention today because we have some good and impactful information for you. Now, before we get to this gentleman here, let's pay two real quick bills. Okay, number one, if you woke up this morning, give God all the praise. Give Him all the praise. Listen, man, watch TV. Okay, you will see why you need to be thanking God every single day. Listen, man, it does not matter what you're going through right now. Okay, it's temporary. Okay, God is able, but you got to build some kind of relationship with Him. Okay, talk to Him. Okay, He's listening. I promise you, He's listening. Okay, but you got to realize that He believes in you, so you need to start believing in yourself. All right, now you hear the music playing in the background. Okay, so that means that you know where you're at. We're at the Groove Smoothie and Juice Bar, located on 7510 Garners Ferry Road, and come out and get you a smoothie. Listen, health is wealth, okay? Health is wealth. That is true. If you want to keep living good out here, you got to take care of your body. Not just your muscles, but the inside of your body, okay? That's key. That's so imperative, okay? So put the Coca-Cola down, all right? And come get you a smoothie. 7510.
That's right.
Garners Ferry Road. Come out and support, okay? Hi, my brother.
Yes, sir.
Man, how you doing?
I'm good, brother. How about you?
Man, you know, I know that you have not, you have not been coming to the house lately, okay?
That's right.
But I'm so grateful, so thankful, man.
Yes, sir.
For you to be here now. For those who may not know, let's get some background story. Okay, District 1.
Yes, sir.
What does District 1 mean?
So Richland School District 1 is a great district. I will tell you, back in 2003, 4, when my wife and I got married, we intentionally stayed in Richland 1 because we knew Richland 1 was a great district.
Awesome district.
We seen some of the great folk that came from Richland 1. That's it.
Yeah.
C.A. Johnson, Eau Claire, LR, Drea,
all those schools,
who I'm living like Keenan, and then Columbia High.
Yeah.
So we know Richland 1's produced some great folk in the world. We look at our Hall of Fame and what has happened over the last 10 years, 15 years with the Hall of Fame.
Right.
Some phenomenal people have come through Richland 1.
Phenomenal people.
So we're pleased to be a part of Richland 1.
Wow.
Pleased
So to get some background story on you now, where are you from?
So originally born and raised in Aiken, South Carolina.
Stand up.
There it is. A little town called Bath, B-A-T-H.
Wow, Bath.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
When I say small country, small country.
So let me see. You have Grannyville.
That's it. Okay, come on down.
Grannyville. Midland Valley.
Went to Midland Valley High School. Yes, sir.
Wow.
Yes, sir. I'm a Mustang.
A Mustang.
That's it.
Man,
That's
Midland
it.
Valley, man, stand up.
Yes,
man.
sir.
You guys got
That's
one
it.
living legend
That's it.
right here.
Yes,
man.
sir.
Wow, that's
Yes,
huge,
sir.
Man.
Matter of fact, just a quick plug.
Ahead,
So the South Carolina Teacher of the Year for last year, 2020, Chandra Jefferson, is actually my cousin, and is actually a graduate of the same high school.
Midland Valley.
Yes, sir.
Midland Valley produced nothing but greatness.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
You see it right here.
Yes, sir.
I mean, you see it.
Yes, sir.
Obvious.
So then I left home,
Yeah.
and then I came to Benedict College.
HBCU.
There it is.
Benedict College.
There it
Benedict
is.
Tigers stand
There it is. There it is.
One of the best historical HBCUs there is around the town.
That's it.
So let me ask you this: why Benedict College?
Why not? I think Benedict was one of my top choices. So growing up, my father's a Baptist minister. So growing up, we came to a summer program at Benedict my 6th, 7th, and 8th grade year.
Wow.
Went to South Carolina State. My brother and sister both went to state, graduated.
South Carolina State.
I said, you know what? I like the big city.
Okay.
So I wanted to come to Columbia, not too far from home, which is an hour away,
right.
not too far from Orangeburg,
right.
45 minutes.
Right.
And I love Columbia. Right. I fell in love when I came here as a middle schooler with our summer learning program through the church, and that sealed the deal.
Oh man, awesome.
Sealed the deal.
Awesome. So let me ask you, when you left Midland Valley when you were 17 years old.
Yep.
When you left Midland Valley.
Mm-hmm.
So when you left Benedict, how did Benedict change that young man who was 17 years old leaving Midland Valley?
I tell you, Benedict exposed me to so many things. Wow. Benedict allowed me to grow. Benedict allowed me to make some mistakes. Benedict allowed me to just be me, right. To find me, to say, okay, Jamie, what is it that you want to do? What are your goals? Where do you want to be? Right. And truth be told, I was one of these five-year students. Okay. I didn't graduate in a traditional four-year, right. But 5 years to graduate. But I graduated, moved on, and I tell you, I started working for the Columbia Housing Authority.
Wow. And
so Benedict, through that internship my freshman year, a lady by the name of Faustina Squirewell, who worked at the Housing Authority just down the street at 1917 Hardin Street, right. was the one who got me in. I was one of 10 interns and the only one that was hired on a full-time basis after graduation.
Wow.
So Benedict again molded me, Benedict made me, Benedict helped me to become the person that I am today. Wow. So I am grateful.
BC, man.
You know, there it is. There it is. That's it. That's it.
Now, speeding up some, getting back to, the school board. Mm-hmm. You have been a commissioner for a long time.
12 years.
And now that means that people continuously believe in you.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that?
I think, so I would say, I'm a genuine, honest person.
Right.
I tell you the way it is, whether you like it or not. Mm-hmm. I tell you the facts. Mm-hmm. And then we work together and collaborate and partner together as a community, as a school district, to make sure that our kids graduate and go on and do some of the great things like what you're doing, some of the great alumni. And we at the board level put in policies and pass budgets and prove good and hire good leadership to make sure that we continue with some of the great things that has happened in the district. Richland One has great tradition, great legacy, and great history. Right. And so we just want to build upon that and continue to move the district forward and continue to make sure that all the students get whatever they need in order to graduate, whatever their goals are. We want to get them to their goals, not just to graduation, but get them to their goals, whatever that is. And then while we're still at it, we want to make sure there's options and opportunities for all of our young people. Right. As you know, since you left, we've expanded some programs. We've got some magnet programs. We've got some CDL programs.
Beautiful stadiums.
Beautiful stadiums. Yeah. And again, thanks to the taxpayers of Columbia, Richland One, who helped us make that happen. We say thank you. We have phenomenal staff who's been with us for long term. We got great leadership in the district. So I just want to continue to build upon that and continue to make Richland One the #1 school district that I know it is and that it will continue to be.
Wow. Listen, well, man, you've done a phenomenal job. And we see, we always see this man in the community. There's not one event that he does not attend. I'm telling you, that's why he's still here. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Because he's not afraid to face the music. Okay, he's in the public's eye all the time, and he's very approachable. Listen, man. If there's some place, man, that's selling hot dogs, he's probably there eating the hot dogs.
That's right.
Mingling with the people.
That's
because that's what he's about. Because he's about the people first in the district. Now, some of for those who may not follow, let's say, or who may not be savvy on how this works, what's your district?
So in Richland 1, we have 4 single member districts, and then you have 3 at large seats on the board. So I'm in seat 2.
Okay.
Seat 2 encompasses basically the C.A. Johnson cluster of schools, a portion of Eau Claire High School, a portion of Keenan, and a little bit of AC Flora on the left-hand side if you go down towards Trentham Road and Forest Drive. And in that general area, pretty much so from the river, West Columbia up to Trentham Road on Benedict side of the river, we go over down to Trentham and over towards the left, and so that's the general area over to Broad River. So 29203, 29204, and a little bit of 29 and 29201. So those are the basic 3 zip codes. So yeah, so again, the Johnson cluster, Eau Claire, Keenan, and then a little bit of AC Flora. Yeah. So yeah.
Man, let me ask you a question, because those stadiums, man, look like college stadiums.
Yes, sir.
Like
Yes,
how
sir.
much work went into that?
So the board back in, believe it or not, in 2016 had an idea. No, 2015, because Vince Ford was still on the board then, and you know, and Vince Ford is a giant in this community, and we stand upon. You talking about me standing? We stand upon folk like Vince Ford shoulders. Matter of fact, I tweeted the other day was King B. Jeff Coates' birthday. Mr. Jeff Coates 90. 90. I took a picture with him. Matter of fact, he preceded the seat that I'm in. He was my predecessor. And then when I came along, he said, yes, sir, you can have it. And any way I can support you, we still do it. And he and I talk often. We talk maybe a couple times a month or so. But he's doing good. He's doing well. Again, we talked to Brother Ford, Vince the same way. Matter of fact, he's doing something today. So, but anyway, getting back to the stadiums. So the board back in 2015 came up with this idea that we want to expand sports for all of our kids across the district. So just not football and basketball and baseball and softball. So we said lacrosse, soccer. We want our kids to do everything. So, and then we want to expand down to the middle school. So that as they matriculate up, we got our high school team that's already put in place. So that was the goal and the vision of the district, and now they're working that plan. So again, we started this in 2015. We want to continue on, and we know it takes a couple of years to kind of get some things going, 3 to 5 years, and we want to continue that tradition of greatness in Richland 1. You know, Johnson had some great championships, and so we want to again continue that to make sure that all of our kids not just get it athletically, but get it academically too. Because again, we want them to graduate to wherever their goal is, whether it's college or whether it's career or whether it's military. But we want to make sure that wherever they want to go, we want to get them there. We want to be the mechanism, the vehicle to get them to where they want to be.
Listen, man, if you come to a District 1, okay?
Yes, sir.
Stadium,
yes, sir.
People think that you are at a college stadium.
Yes, sir.
Like, it is A1.
Yes, sir.
A1.
And then we also built a new one over at Keenan.
At Keenan, right?
Right.
Yeah, like, listen, man,
yeah.
It's A1.
Yes, sir.
It's A1. I mean,
it's top of the line.
The fields are beautiful. Okay.
Thank you.
So listen, a lot of hard work went into that. Okay. But thank these guys, man. For the vision.
That's
okay.
it.
Thank you for the vision. Now, you're running for re-election, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And you know, listen, man. My book, man. There would not be a re-election. Okay. Because he has a job. He needed it. But you know, that's the we all have to go through that process, right? Why should people believe in you going forward?
Well, it's leadership that you can trust. Over the last 12 years, we've moved this district academically, athletically, and now we want to make sure that our young people, which we've got an emphasis with our strategic plan on getting particularly our African American males into more advanced courses, more AP courses, more academically inclined courses, because we know if we move the needle on African American males, we know we will move the needle on this Richland 1 school district. And we know that if we also catch our young people, early childhood education is so important in this district, that if we catch our young people age 3, age 2, age 4, then we know that foundation sets them up to continue to be great. And then thirdly, we want to make sure that the programs, we have a CDF program at Oak Cliff High School.
Right.
C.A. Johnson has the Health Magnet program. Columbia High School has a cybersecurity, which is the latest program that the government just came out with. And they selected Columbia High, one of, I think, 2 high schools in the entire state of South Carolina to have cybersecurity.
Cybersecurity is big too.
Cybersecurity is, that's
huge.
the future, that's the vision. We want to make sure that we continue with that. AC Flora has the International Baccalaureate, the IB program. Drury has the AP Capstone and Robotics program.
Right.
And then Laura Richland has the International Baccalaureate, but with a college and career emphasis on it. So they have a little different program than what's at AC Flora, but it's the same type academic program to get our young people ready for college and for a career. Then I think I hit everybody. I don't think I left anybody out. Keenan. So Keenan has our veterinarian program. So anyone who wants to go to be a veterinarian, and we also have the STEM program and a partnership with the governor school. So those students that can't necessarily go to the governor school, we can then patch them into the governor school via teleconferencing now.
Oh, that's awesome.
So each school has something in Richland One. We also have the Leadership Magnet program at Keenan High, so that our students just don't graduate to a service job, but we get them into that executive mindset, what it's like to be the CEO, the COO, the CFO, what it is to be in the C-suite.
Right.
So we get them thinking on that level, and that's why the Leadership Magnet is so important.
Right.
So important.
Wow, man. Listen, to have your position, it truly takes a lot of courage. A lot of courage, man. But so when you were 17 years old, man, did you see this guy?
That's a valid question.
Midland Valley. Did you see this guy right here, man?
I saw a person that wanted to give back to my community.
Okay.
I saw a person that wanted to just be a part of the community.
Right.
So growing up, I was always in student government. I was a student body president of the high school. I always was class president. Even through Benedict, I was sophomore class vice president. Freshman class vice president, sophomore class president, junior class president,
you
and rep to the board of trustees at Benedict.
Yeah.
And so I knew I wanted to do something. I knew I wanted to volunteer and just be a part of the community, no matter where I was.
Right.
And so I wanted to give back my service because I knew I had something to give back. And so that's what I wanted. Just what I wanted to do. I ran for the board. God blessed me to be in the position again for 12 years. All honor and praise really goes to him. I'm just a vessel, just a conduit to show that if you do right, sleep tight, then everything else just kind of
what you've done, man. But one thing that we know is that none of us made it by ourselves.
That's right.
Right. So who were one of your mentors, bro?
So growing up, of course, my dad, he was a minister, so he was involved in the community. I would say there was a guy named Mr. Oscar Kemp. He was the first Omega that I ever knew. He was my high school biology teacher. Okay. Took us on trips, exposed us to various things. He was our student council representative, advisor as well.
Wow.
Then when I got to Benedict, oh man, you got Dr. Gunn, who was in health. You got Gwenda Green, who was my English professor. You got, who else is over at Benedict? Just a myriad of folk over at Benedict. God bless the dead. One of my fraternity advisors, Dr. Theodore, I forget his last name, but he was from Charleston. He was one of my mentors. Then as I got towards senior year, I met folk like Vince Ford in the community, going to fraternity meetings. And I saw those guys, I said, man, I need to do some stuff, what they're doing. Right. And I just, hey, can I just follow? Can I just sit in the room? Yeah. Let me be a fly on the wall.
Yeah, exactly.
And it paid off.
Wow.
I studied.
Wow.
I prayed, and I executed.
Facts.
And then working at the housing authority wasn't a bad deal either, because
it was not.
Most of the families from Saxon Home.
We learned the community.
Okay.
Yeah.
400 units at Saxon Home used to be 400 units.
Well, Allen Benedict Court.
Allen Benedict Court.
Yeah.
You got 288 units there. Yeah, 244. Right. Gonzalez Gardens with 288 units. So I grew up in that Johnson cluster, if you will. Matter of fact, a lot of folk don't know this. I student taught for one semester because I was going to be a teacher. I majored in English education. Right. I was going to teach, and I student taught at C.A. Johnson for one semester But then Gilbert Walker, who was executive director at the Columbia Housing Authority, said, "I'll offer you a job when you graduate."
Wow.
And so I took that job and got into real estate, got into housing.
Yeah.
Been doing that for the last 25 years, as a matter of
Wow,
fact.
man.
I've been in Columbia over 26 years, so
And
20,
has been
25 years.
extremely successful.
God is good.
God is amazing. God is
good.
kind, man.
God
God
is
is
good.
kind.
God is good.
So you're on the school board.
Yeah.
So you know that we are faced, with some challenges right now. How has the pandemic, how has that been for you guys, man? Has that kept you up late nights, man?
Late night, early morning, a little bit of everything. So being the board chair, I dealt a lot with the superintendent and with some of the senior staff. And when this thing happened, we called a school board meeting on a Sunday.
Wow.
First time in 12 years I've known to call a school board meeting on a Sunday.
Wow.
Emergency school board meeting, we called that Friday for a Sunday, that Thursday or Friday for a Sunday. We were going to announce that we were going to close schools first. At 2 o'clock, we had the meeting. We had an executive session first, just to discuss it, get our plan together, and then for the staff to brief us. And then at 1:30, 1:35, the governor called for all the schools to close because Richland 1 was ready to close regardless. Because we knew this thing was worse than what was being said. Our health professionals, which we in touch with Prisma Health, we're in touch with DHEC, has told us this is going to get worse before it gets better. And so our district was fortunate enough to have good leadership to say, we need to make a decision about closing schools about this COVID-19 because we don't know enough about it. And so we did that, and then from there we're still in emergencies. We're still operating off emergency policies and emergency procedures. So we're still not fully back, although we're functioning in it. But there's still some things that we're not back doing every day like we used to. But again, this has been a great community. Our community has really worked well with us. I know it's been a struggle and a challenge for a lot of our parents and students regarding the virtual learning, but that's the best way to be. Now, we'll tell you what happened in the spring compared to what we've done now is totally better than what we've seen. And we did a parent survey just a few last week. We had a board meeting the other night, and the superintendent and senior staff came back and said, over 60% of our parents said it is about 60% better than what it was in the spring.
Oh, that's awesome.
So we were pleased to know that our district stayed up late, worked long hours. We had a committee of over 100 persons in the community, staff, healthcare professionals, other experts in the area to help us get through this and get us to where we are today. And we're still not done. But I would grade us. People say, well, how would you grade Richland 1 when it came to handling the pandemic? I say, well, it's been 100 years since we had our last one, so I don't know what you compare it to. But I would at least give us a high B, low A. I mean, we've turned this thing around. We're following DHEC rules and regulations and the CDC guidelines. So we're right now in a high risk category, and because we're high risk, we're still virtual. Now, once we go to medium risk, like some of our neighbors over in Lexington, then we will go to the hybrid model 2 days a week. So until that time, we're going to stay virtual until that time. So yeah.
Man, one of my last questions to you, man, because you have a lot of titles, right? Wear a lot of hats.
Yeah.
However, in my opinion, your best title is being called Dad.
Yes.
That's your best title right there, right?
Yep.
Now you got a chance to see your dad's greatness.
Yep.
Correct?
Yep.
How does it feel knowing that your kids can see your greatness?
It's a great feeling. Every day I get up and we kiss our kids and say, have a great day, whatever day it is. So today is Wednesday. Today's Wednesday. So I'll say happy Wednesday, happy Thursday, happy Friday, happy whatever day it is, because we set the tone for our kids in our household, and we know that. And so we are grateful. So let me back up. So Tamika and I have 4 children actually, and one is born in heaven. So one of our children died. So we have a 15-year-old AC Flora, we have a 10-year-old at Logan Elementary, and then our third child would be 6 now, James Henry, but he passed away. And then we have Jameson, who is 3, and he's full of energy. This dude wakes up and he is gone. I'm like, dude, just slow down, just slow down. But you know,
Let's go.
that 3-year energy is just awesome.
It is.
And you know, but just having that title as dad,
It keeps you young too.
Oh, it does. It does. It does. I'm telling you, man. Look here. You make sure you take your vitamins. You make sure that you stay on top of your game. Because I'll be like, dude, can you just slow down just for a minute or two?
Yeah.
But no, but man, it is an awesome feeling. You know, I sit back and I say, Lord, look at where I am to where I want it to be. And I've exceeded where I thought I would be. I said, you know, by age 20, I want to do this. Age 30, I want to be here. Age 40, age 50. You know, every 10 years you want to be hit. And I look back at one of my old papers from college, and I think the professor made us say, okay, what are your goals until you're age 70 or either 100? I look back, I've exceeded everything that I've done. So now I have to go back and think of some other goals that I want and some other things that I want to do. And I'm like,
Because you're still young.
yeah.
Still young.
So again, God has been good to us, and He's blessed us to have the things that we have, to be in the position that we're in. And again, I just want to do right. That's it. I just want to do right, man. That's it. That's it.
To kind of that 17-year-old, leaving Midland Valley, man. Coming from a small town. If you can talk to him right, or talk to someone like him that stays, in that small town, what would you tell that young man?
I would say, first of all, be grounded in who you are. Number one. Have a routine of whatever you do. Even back during that time, I was in college, and one of your good friends and my good friends, Patrick Patterson, was my roommate. P.
That's my guy.
Yes, sir. Patrick Patterson.
Yeah.
So I remember waking up, just having a ritual of just meditation. Even at 17, 18 in the college dorm, just doing a morning meditation. I would be one of the few dudes who would actually get up, wash, go to the caf, and be dressed. Sometimes everybody, didn't necessarily do that. They might have pajamas on or whatever, but that just wasn't me. Once up, I
you ready for the day.
That is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So be prepared. So I would say do some type of routine or some type of ritual every day. And then I would say give thanks to God for what you have, because without Him, we don't have anything. And even as a younger man, at 17, 18, 19, I didn't know what that meant.
Wow.
But when you look back and you see where you are now, it's like, okay, I get it. And you see the steps of where you grow. You go through some things in life, but you just continue to grow. So then I would say, get your academics. Study, man. Get your books.
Get your academics.
Get your books, man. I'm trying to tell you, because, and I know academics may not be for everybody. If you can't get academics, learn a skill.
Right.
Learn something to set you apart. Because as I hire people now, I can have a resume of 10 people, straight A's, 4.0s, but I look for that skill set. What makes them different? Did you participate in an extracurricular activity? Did you do a sorority, fraternity, a club, some other type of organization? What sets you apart? How do I know that you can work well with other people? How do I know that you're a team player? Are you just going to school, getting an education, and that's it? So what are those extracurricular activity things that you do? And then lastly, I would say, just volunteer.
That's big.
Volunteer. I serve on several boards. Now, I try to stick to 3.
Yeah.
School board is 1.
Yeah.
I participate within the fraternity. And then I would say third, I'm a part of North Columbia Business Association, which is a business trade, which is part of what I do every day. So, and don't, and I'm learning this, learn to say no. Don't stretch yourself too thin.
Peace.
And don't try to do everything.
Yeah.
Try to find somebody else. And as you climb the ladder, you pull somebody else along with you.
There you go.
Okay?
Lifting as we climb.
That's it. Lift as you climb, man. And that is so important, because as a young African American male, I want to make sure that I leave something or a legacy behind for somebody else to just kind of pick up. Again, I appreciate the Vince Fords. I appreciate the King B. Jeff Vogt, the Dr. Jasper Salmons, who helped us get to where we are.
Come on.
So I'm grateful.
No, we're grateful.
I'm grateful.
This is great. Okay, my community, man, the Edgewood community is grateful for this guy. Okay, and you should be grateful also, and show him how grateful you are by making sure that another term. Okay?
Yes.
For me, personally. All right. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to another episode. Man, listen, make sure that you vote. Real quick, why is voting so important?
Bruh, voting is so important because, particularly on the local level, because we got to make sure that we get the right people in place to carry out the wishes of the people.
Right.
Carry out the wishes of the people, not what I want,
Right.
not what the person sits in that seat want,
Right.
but what the people want.
Exactly.
And that's what, that's why, and particularly this election, I don't like to say this often, but we need to vote as though our life depends on it. And really, this next election, our lives depend on it.
Facts.
Our life depends on it. So yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank y'all so much, man. And listen, be sure to put God first, okay? And make sure you're taking care of yourself.
Yes.
Okay? Health is wealth. So come get you a smoothie from the Groove Smoothie and Juice Bar, located on 7510 Bay Road, man. Listen, it is imperative that we support each other, okay? Because we are nothing without each other. All right. So listen, make sure now that you are registered.
Yes.
Go register.
Yes.
Go find somewhere, okay, to register to vote. Like he said, your life really depends on this one. All right. So listen, man. God bless and take care.
Yo, Kingdom, community vibes, community ties. Terrance Tucker is the brother who's connecting the tribe. You say you want shine, come get your shine on. You say you want vibes, come get your vibe on. Community vibes, community ties. Terrance Tucker is the brother who's connecting the tribe. Hey, you say you want shine, we'll get your shine on. You say you want vibes, we'll get your vibe on.